tonight with the migrant situation unfolding in our very own backyard. Just days after El Paso's mayor says housing migrants is hitting a, quote, breaking point, a much needed slowdown in those trying to cross the border. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Natasha Paloma.
And I'm Andy Morgan. Our crew has actually seen less migrants that have been waiting to be processed by Border Patrol agents today. KTSM 9 News reporter Shelby Kapp is live from South El Paso. And Shelby, do we know why less people were seen waiting to cross today?
Andy, Natasha, our border report team reporting that the slowdown comes after a high-level meeting between Mexican and U.S. officials last Friday in Juarez.
Hundreds of migrants can be seen along the border fence waiting to be processed by Border Patrol. Our crews in Juarez estimating the group to be around 400, whereas the mayor of El Paso said numbers were 2,000 crossing daily and 2,000 more waiting over the weekend.
Things that we're doing is that we're preparing for the unknown.
An official from Chihuahua, Mexico says they are stepping up their cargo train inspections as migrants have been traveling on top of trains to Juarez. Migrants who have already been processed and released by Border Patrol speaking with us about traveling on those trains.
Railroad operators went as far as warning us of the dangers and advised us to wait for different trains if they knew that some of them didn't have any wagons. But we were so eager to get to our destination that we take the risk anyways.
Meanwhile, in El Paso, the city opening temporary shelter at Nations Tobin Park in the northeast, and the city council approving the purchase of Moorhead Middle School for $3.8 million to convert half of it into a migrant shelter. Shelters are at capacity and migrants are sleeping outside. This man saying his wife could stay in a shelter, but he couldn't.
I told her to stay at the shelter since she's pregnant, but she told me no because we're both in this together, and if there's no room for me, there's no room for her.
And downtown shelters have said that they are at capacity and do say that they are prioritizing those families with children. And we have really seen that outside of Sacred Heart Church tonight. There are people outside on the streets, but the majority of them are men. Andy, Natasha.
Shelby, thank you very much for that update. Now to